It's this provider and protector mentality that actually makes women's lives so much easier. For the past few years, I'm sure you've heard the saying toxic masculinity, but I'm here to tell you that masculinity is probably the most important attribute of a man. So stick around because I need that watch time. The world needs masculine men, it's as simple as that. Here's a few attributes of a masculine man, so it's important that you pay attention to these, especially if you want to be more masculine. So number 1, bravery. It's what keeps women and children safe. Men go out, fight and risk their lives in wars. They'll spend 40 to 60, maybe even 80 hours a week at work just to provide for their family. It takes a lot of mental strength to be able to do those things. If we didn't have masculine men that were willing to do that, the world would be screwed. How would women and children be able to survive? Number 2, a masculine man is attractive to women, the same way that a feminine woman is attractive to men. And it's this polarity between the sexes that keeps our species going. You've heard the saying, opposites attract, and if men and women weren't attracted to each other, how would we keep going? How would we sustain ourselves as a species? If a man's attracted to a woman but the woman behaves a lot like the man, he'll subconsciously see that woman as more of a best friend. And the same can be said for a feminine woman who's with a man who's very feminine. There's no difference there, there's no attraction. If the energy is too similar, it's not going to have any kind of pull towards it, and that's why relationship polarity is such an important thing. Number 3, masculine men have a provide and protect mentality. It's this provider and protector mentality that actually makes women's lives so much easier. You see, if men are going out working 40, 60, 80 hours a week, that's a lot of stress for someone to endure. But men are built for that. Men are actually built to provide and protect because it's in our nature. It's what we feel a sense of duty to do that. Most of us men are perfectly happy to do that because we just feel a sense of purpose when it comes to providing and protecting for our families. And it makes women's lives easier because if we've got a wife and kids, we don't want them to suffer. We want them to have it as easy as possible because we want to protect them, we want to keep them safe, so we want to keep them out of stressful situations, we want to keep them out of potential danger. We don't want them to provide for us because we're okay, we can handle ourselves, but we feel like we have to protect the women around us. And if you want to be a better provider and protector, check out the video on screen now. I'll leave a link in description or in the comments. Carrying on from this next point, men are built to handle pressure. First and Second World Wars, there were young men as young as like 13, 14, queuing up, join up in the army, knowing that they had the potential to get blown up and killed. They were more than willing to do that, and it's because men are just built to handle that pressure. Number 5, strong, masculine, male role models, father figures are dying out, and that's what our society needs right now. Our society needs more masculinity. Our society needs strong fathers, because we don't have fathers in the house anymore, and we don't have mothers in the house. You know, we send men and women to work when we could have men in the workplace handling the things that they're built to handle. We could have women in the household taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, providing that nurturing, providing that feminine balance. Society is lacking fathers at the moment, and I strongly believe that that is the root cause of why we've got so much injustice in the world, why we've got so much crime among young people, why there's so much instability. If we had fathers to teach strong values to our children going forward, to be in the household to teach young boys how to become men, we wouldn't have the problems that we have now. So what do you think about this video? Do you think that the world needs masculine men? Let me know guys, leave a comment. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh!